Live your life that preaches the cross, preaches the blood. Live your life that preaches the Word.
Where some of you have time to not really promote your church. Get people to come. You complain all the, well, if I was the pastor. You're not. There's the pastor. He don't come to your house or your job and tell you how to do your work. Quit walking in his office and tell him how to do his job. It's easier for you to move your furniture than for him to move his family. So if you don't like the church, find somewhere else to go. I'm tired of that threatening stuff. Lady, she told me, she said, you need to know this. I'm praying about leaving this church. I said, you need to know. Oh, that makes two of us. I've been praying to leave. Once you get back, my hope's filled up, just hit the road. If the gates of hell won't prevail against the church, neither will your goofy self. You never smile. And I don't know what it is about breath. I'm very sensitive. People with the first breath always have a secret. And her breath was kicking like Bruce Lee. Thank you, man. You know, the grandkids. I love the grandkids, but I'm like any other man. I always pray when I have to watch them. Dear Jesus, please don't make me have to change the diaper. And I thought I'd be okay because the box said it was good up to 26 pounds. Surely he ain't going to do that. If he does, he might need an operation. The Lord didn't hear my prayer. What he did is unholy. In 2 Samuel 14, I want to give you the Cliff Notes version of this real quick. Absalom was the son of David. He was also the apple of David's eye. But David and Absalom had had a parting of ways. 2 years had went by and Absalom had not seen his father, but he didn't feel like he could just stroll on up into the palace and demand an audience with his dad. So here's what he did. They had a mutual friend named Joab. And so Absalom told one of his servants, go tell Joab to go to my dad and see if my dad would be interested in the two of us trying to work this out. Joab didn't respond. And Absalom said, look, I told you. And he said, sir, I did. He says, look, go tell him again. Tell Joab to go to the king, my dad, see if we can't work this out, and let's get together. Joab never responded. Finally, Absalom said to his servants, he says, look, Joab's got a field near mine, and he has barley there. Go set it on fire. And his servants set the field on fire. Then Joab said, why did your servants set my field on fire? And Absalom said, because I tried to get your attention, and you wouldn't respond. Everybody here has a barley field, y'all. I don't know what yours is. Do you believe God can get your attention? I hear Jackson. Is that his name? I hear that little boy named Jackson. I have a friend that prayed for a baby, him and his wife. They prayed and 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 they prayed. They loved the Lord. They were in church all the time. Faithful, faithful, faithful. She finally got pregnant. They had a baby. When he came into the world, they dropped out of church. All of a sudden, Sundays and every day was about the little girl. Everything became his world. It was all about him. Everything he needed. Church was no longer important. The Bible was no longer important. One day, age 3, the boy's outside playing under Dad's pickup truck with the army men. Dad didn't see it. Put the car in reverse, ran over his son. Back in church the next Sunday. Back in church the next Sunday. You get cancer, you're going to be in church. When you realize, you know what, and it's like, honestly, folks, you've got people in your family that aren't saved, and I don't know how you can be so casual about it. Girls do that. They swap shoes. Oh. My dad, he's tree. My dad's telling me the other day, he said, you know, son, I was looking at these two girls over there. by the Snickers machine. He's awful friendly with each other. I said, don't worry about it, Dad. That's the way girls are. Girls will sleep together. I don't know why they'll do that. Girls will paint each other's feet. I mean, for real. Even if it smells like dill pickles. Fritos. Girls that do that, they don't think, well, I don't know about these two, son. I was watching them. Listen, I saw the one reached over and kissed her right over by the Snickers. I may be wrong about this, but I think they're Lebanese. Oh, Dad. Oh, Dad. Does God have your attention? Are you, honestly, folks, please, are you living the way you want to be living when you stand before the Lord? Is there something in your life that you're involved in right now that if it plays itself out could cost you more than you want to play or more than you want to pay? And I want all of you to take a big, deep breath. Take a big, deep breath. Let's all sing with Steve. We fall down, we lay our crowns at the feet of Jesus. The greatness of your mercy and love at the feet of Jesus. We cry, holy, holy, holy. We cry, holy, holy, holy. We cry, holy, holy, holy.